Hello there, it is Jo from Minerva, and today we're here with a little Learn to Fit tutorial, and it's very quick. I just want to show you how to grade between pattern sizes. If you switch between patterns, independent pattern house patterns which choose their own sizing, and big four patterns which choose their sizing based on a standardized score that they all agreed on 30 odd years ago, then you might find that you're getting different sizing between the different pattern styles. It's always best to measure yourself and not go by your ready to wear size, because the patterns, as I've just said, are different, so you need to make sure that what you're making is going to fit you. A pattern, of course, is just a template for you to fit. So we're all different. We've got different size bust, different size shoulders, different size body lengths. So a pattern is just the template for you to fit and alter to your own size. Just like if you went in a shop and you picked up a skirt, you would like to go and try it on. You wouldn't necessarily just buy it because it was a size 14. Let's take a look at some popular patterns and how you might grade between sizes. I'm looking at a skirt today, but you can also grade sizes on shoulders. You can grade sizes on your side seams. You tend not to change anything on the center seam. So if you're getting a gaping neckline like this, it's best not to pinch it out of here, because you will actually change the shape of your neckline. You're better to do all of your fitting on the extremities of a pattern rather than on the center line at the back or front, because it will change the overall balance of your pattern. First, let's take a look at a fitted skirt. So here we'll be looking at our waist to hip ratio, and this skirt doesn't have a waistband. As a starting point, let's take a look at the information on the back of a pattern packet. This is New Look 6217, another really popular pattern, one that I've used a lot. I've made the tops, the skirt and the trousers. They're all full woven fabrics, great for beginners. But if you're at the beginner stage of fitting, then if you want to make this skirt, then you will need to check out your hip and waist measurement on the back. If you use a big four pattern, then the first part here, this measurement section on the pattern, shows the Mrs. standardized sizing for size numbers. So they chose size numbers 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and then they took a standardized size for bust, waist, hips, and back and waist, and they gave it a number and they categorized them all. That doesn't mean that it fits everybody. There are different shapes and sizes of all different people, so you will need to alter depending on your bust, waist and hips. So you can measure yourself with that, and then you might want to start cutting out your pattern. But what you want to double check against is the garment measurements, and the garment measurements, without saying it, actually shows ease. So if you see the hip on this fitted skirt, so let's just say this one in the middle, the finished hip is 42.5. So measure yourself fine and have a look in this section, but this is actually more important. Would a skirt that's 42.5 inches around the hip enable you to sit down, stand up, move around and wear the skirt with ease? So this is sometimes a better way to choose which pattern pieces to cut. You might find that your waist and hip doesn't fit all in the same category, quite often in fact. So depending on your body shape, you might need to grade between sizes. This is the front skirt piece from New Look 6217. That was the pattern we were having a look at the back of. And I'm going to use an example where I want to grade the waist from size 12 to this hip notch, but I'd like to keep the hip width at size 14. So you can do it freehand and just blend one shape into the next, or you can use a curved ruler. Remember, that's your cutting line, so your seam allowance will be 1.5 centimetres in from that cutting line, so you'll still have a little bit of wiggle room. And that's how you grade between sizes. It seems really simple, but you can probably grade between 2 sizes. Any more than that and you'll be changing the design lines of the garment. So you can grade out or you could grade in. So if you've got a wider waist than your hip, then you can take your waist and grade in. So you can do the same movement but in the opposite direction. The same can be said for the trousers from this pattern. So this is the trouser without a waistband. It fits at your natural waist. So you might want to just check the waist fitting before you grade between sizes. So if you want to take this one from a size 14 out to a larger size and you've already cut it off, then use this width gradient as a guide. So you can take this out with some extra paper underneath and then bring it back in. Don't do anything too steeply curved or you'll end up with sort of accentuated seams on your garment. So you need to make sure that everything you do is gradual. If you do want to change the design lines of something, so on these trousers, when I make them, I find it's a little bit wide at the bottom. So from this lengthen and shorten line, which is the sort of just below the knee or around the knee, I like to take this trouser into the size 10 seam line, which gives me a much more fitted calf, so I get more of a slim fit of trouser. If you want to change trouser shape, the leg shape, then don't take it all off one side, because if I took it all off the crotch seam, then I would twist the side seam. So you need to be gradual and take them out. It's a good idea if you've made your first one up pair or you've made a toile to put them on inside out and pin where you want and tack it in, and then you can copy the amount that you want to change it by onto your pattern for the next time that you make the trousers. This is the skirt piece we were looking at before. It's important to remember, because this piece is cut on the fold, then if I want to change my skirt by 2 centimeters, then I'm only going to be adding a little bit here. So I'm going to be adding 1/2 centimeter there. Then when this pattern piece is opened out, because it's cut on the fold, I'll have 1/2 centimeter on this side. And if I do the same alteration on the back skirt piece, I'll have another 1/2 centimeter on this side and another 1/2 centimeter on this side. So whatever you want to adjust your width by, you need to divide that by 4, and that is what you add onto the extremity of your pattern. Next, let's take a look at a skirt and look at what happens if we do change a sizing. So if we do grade the waist from one size to a wider hip size, what happens to all the other pieces? On this pattern, New Look 6016, the skirt has more features. So it has a yoke at the front and a band and pockets. So if we change anything on the width of this skirt piece, so if we grade from a size 12 out to a size 14, then we have to think about what other pattern pieces will we affect. So on here, we need to make sure, if we grade that hip out, we need to make sure that our pocket isn't going to be too short on this side seam here. So at the moment it's too short. Let's match up the notch. So we would need to add a little bit on there as well. So whatever we do to this seam, we will need to do to this seam. And also we need our pocket bag to fit. So if we've made this longer, then our pocket bag needs to be longer as well. So just be aware, if you make any changes, it will affect other parts of your pattern. Also, here's the yoke band look. If I match up the notches, I've got my fold line in the same place, but I might want to take some off my yoke, because that's where I want to grade in. And then I might need to add some to the pocket, because that is where I'm going to grade out. So check that you don't need to grade any other pieces in the same way that you've graded your main piece to fit your size. You can grade small amounts of sizes by just using the seam allowance. That's why a seam allowance is 1.5 centimetres. On the extremities of your pattern pieces, you could add a little bit more seam allowance for a sort of basting fit. So you've got a little bit of room for basting. Just be careful you don't change the overall shape of your garment. If you would like to know more about fitting, then you can check out this little book here. It's only 60 pages long and it's really, really helpful. It's called Figure Your Fit, and it's got lots of diagrams and very quick, concise, clear instructions on how to make some fitting alterations to your pattern cutting. You might also like to take a look at the Simplicity Sewing Book. It's a Bible of information. It doesn't just have how to actually sew in it. It's got lots of information about sizing, fitting, particularly simplicity sizing. So if you are using big 4 patterns, then there's a lot of information in there about sizing. Both of those books are available on our website. I hope that's given you a few tips today. Most people grade between sizes. They don't fit the absolute standardized size. They might be one place in the hip measurement, one place in the bust measurement, one place in the length measurement. So don't forget, grading between sizes is a really simple way to try and get a better fit. Thank you very much for watching. Do call again soon.